A day off. What does a day off look like for a professional cleaner? Well, first, coffee. It's 6 a.m. and that coffee was super important. In this Clean With Me video, join me on my day off and let's see what we can get done. And of course, I'll always slip in a few little cleaning tips in there for you. I always like to start my day by making my bed, but I wasn't always like that. I feel like it's something that became important when I got older, and I'm not even really too sure why. All I know is that it does tend to set the tone for my day. The first thing on my agenda was to get that bread maker working for me. I love homemade bread, and so does my family. I like to use the bread maker on the dough cycle, so it basically does all the work for me while I'm getting other stuff done. It's kind of great. I just got to stop and shape the dough and bake it, that sort of thing. But during the process of the bread maker, doing all the kneading and the mixing, for me, you'd be amazed at what I can get done. And on this particular day, I decided I was going to do a deep clean on my bathroom. So let's do it. The first thing was to get my shower curtain down and in the wash. Now, I know these plastic liners are likely a dime a dozen, but I still wash mine, and I'll continue to do that until I just can't anymore. I just wash mine on delicate and I add a little bit of vinegar to the fabric softener dispenser. Comes out great every time. Doing a quick vacuum of my bathroom is always a must before I start cleaning. And part of the reason is because that's where our kitty litter is. And Max, well, that boy, he throws that kitty litter everywhere. And then it just kind of becomes clay. Anyway, I started by getting the toilet seat off my toilet. And surprisingly, it really wasn't all that bad. I just put it in the shower, spray it down with an enzyme cleaner, and I just let that sit. You're also going to see me clean the inside of the toilet first. And I know that for some that seems a little unorthodox, but here's the reason why I do. When we flush our toilets, there's like this after spray or like this plume, and it can get on the walls and everywhere else all over the toilet. So if I do the inside of the toilet first, flush it, then I can do the outside of the toilet. I used my enzyme cleaner on the walls and the baseboards as well as the outside of the toilet, but I wiped down the walls and the baseboards first because you can't really leave the enzyme cleaner on the walls, on painted walls, for as long as you can on the porcelain toilet. As a professional cleaner, I don't really like cleaning 24/7, so during the week I do tend to do a lot of maintenance cleaning that really helps me out on the weekends. Because of the maintenance cleaning that I do, it really does open up some time for me on the weekends should I want to do deeper cleaning, like in my bathroom, like today. Although I'd have to admit that my bathroom was quite a bit dirtier than I'd really like it to be. I really didn't keep up on the maintenance on it for a little bit. So, yeah, totally guilty here. I feel like maintenance cleaning can look different for a lot of people depending on their needs in their house. But for myself, I like to run my cordless vacuum through the high traffic areas every day or at least every other day. Something else that I generally like to do is keep my bathroom sink and counter and toilet wiped down. I like to use my alcohol wipes for that because they don't leave a residue behind like Clorox wipes or Lysol wipes. So they really just keep everything nice and clean and shiny. Like everyone else, though, I'm human and sometimes the maintenance stuff just doesn't pan out for me. And if you're like me and you're just tired when you get home from work and you're exhausted physically and mentally, and it's just super hard to get that motivation to do just a little bit of maintenance cleaning, set yourself a timer. I know you've likely heard it before, but if you've never tried it, you really have to try it. Setting a timer with a realistic goal can really get you moving. And there's just something great about working against the timer. It's a challenge. If you check out my playlists, I actually have a playlist with timer videos. So basically, they're clean with me videos, but you actually get up and clean with me. I set a timer and we go and we do it together. And we get as much done as we can within a certain amount of time. I usually like to start by setting the timer for like 5 minutes, and then we get what we can get done in 5 minutes. Then if you want to keep going, you keep going. I set another timer, and if you don't, well, you don't. Let's move on to a little shower cleaning tip though. I'm sure you guys have heard me say it before, but I'm going to say it again. Dwell time. Dwell time is everything. But you don't just spray your shower down and walk away and expect it to do its work. You have to wet it down first. Water is a solvent and it works with the surfactant in your cleaner so that your surfactant can do its job. So I spray it down and then I use a Scrub Daddy or a scrubber and I give it a very light scrub. It's nothing intense. It's just to move the cleaner around. After I've done that, I let it sit for 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how dirty the shower is, and then I go in and do more of a power scrub. Allowing the cleaner to sit is going to allow the surfactant to do its job, which means less scrubbing for you. So I pretty much got most of the shower done before the bread maker was done doing the mixing and the kneading. So I just had to take a short break, form the dough, and now we're off to the second rise. And all I had left was the sink, the counter, the cupboards, and the mirror. So on this day off, I got my bathroom deep cleaned. I made 2 loaves of bread. I made some cookies, and I got my kitchen kind of cleaned up. It wasn't like crazy thorough cleaning, but I still got it cleaned up. It's like I always say, baby steps, progress, not perfection, right? There's always another day. And at my age now, I prefer to break up my weekend cleaning throughout the weekend. I'm not a get it all done in one day kind of girl anymore. One day might be kitchen and bathroom, another day might be dusting, vacuuming, and washing floors, and somewhere in between there, I get some laundry done too. When we clean for our clients, we move like lightning and we're super thorough in the process. When I come home on the weekends when I'm doing my own, I don't want to move like lightning. I'm too dang sore to move like lightning. So it's going to get done a little bit at a time. But the important part is that you get it done. And if you're able to get some bread made in the process, woohoo! There's nothing like homemade bread. Happy cleaning, you guys. Made by Nature out.